You have asked me why certain things had to happen, why some betrayals were allowed, and why I stayed silent while lies were spoken against you. I was not silent. I was watching. Every twist of injustice that wrapped itself around your name has been recorded. Every false witness that rose against you has marked themselves, not you, for exposure. I am not a passive God. I allowed certain things because timing governs truth, and now the appointed time has come. The hour is no longer near, it is here. I will reveal all. I have seen what they did when they thought no one was watching, and I kept record not for revenge but for justice. You do not need to clear your name, for I am the one who will do it publicly. I will not whisper your vindication, I will proclaim it in the open. The ones who manipulated, who smiled in your face while plotting behind your back, are about to face the full weight of what they sowed. And you, chosen one, will rise, not because of what they did, but because of what I decided. I decide who stands and who falls. I decide what gets revealed and when it gets revealed. And I have chosen now. You have cried, not because you were weak, but because you knew I was your only defense. You waited while others mocked, doubted, and dismissed the fire I placed inside you. They thought delay meant denial. They thought silence meant surrender. But I do not operate on their assumptions. I move according to truth. And the truth is, I have hidden you for such a time as this. Not hidden in weakness, but hidden in strategy. I have preserved your integrity while preparing your elevation. They tried to bury you with accusations, but didn't realize they were planting a seed. The dirt they threw is now the soil I will use to root you in places they can't reach. Their lies gave me room to make truth undeniable. I am not asking them to understand you. I'm about to make it impossible for them to ignore you. This next move is not subtle, it's sovereign, and it's mine. I will cause confusion in the enemy's camp while giving you clarity. I will turn the conversations in secret rooms into open confessions. I will dismantle platforms that were built on deception and expose alliances rooted in manipulation. I am not coming to negotiate. I am coming to uncover. And nothing that was built on lies will survive this season of truth. You, chosen one, will not have to fight for what I've already settled. The reason it felt unbearable is because you were carrying revelation before the people around you were ready to receive it. That isolation wasn't punishment, it was insulation. I shielded you from premature exposure so that you could carry my full message without contamination. You thought you were being delayed. No, you were being developed. And now I will release you. You will walk in rooms where truth shatters deception simply by your presence. You will speak words I place in your mouth, and they will pierce agendas with divine authority. You are not here to blend in, you are here to disrupt. You are not called to be accepted. You are called to be undeniable. The stage is mine, the script is mine, and the revelation is mine. You are my vessel, and I'm about to pour through you like never before. Stay anchored, because exposure is not just coming, it has begun. You asked me if you were crazy for discerning what others refused to see. No, you were chosen to carry sight before the storm cleared. When others settled for the surface, I pulled you into the depths. That wasn't delusion, it was discernment. I trained your eyes to see truth in a room full of performance. I anointed your ears to catch what was not said. I burdened your spirit, not to weigh you down, but to prepare you to break chains. You were never imagining it. You were sensing what I had not yet allowed to be revealed. I let the deception grow beside the wheat so that no one could claim your vindication was orchestrated by you. Had I exposed it earlier, they would have said you forced it. But now, when I bring it to light, no one will be able to deny it was divine. My timing has never failed, and it won't start now. I do not rush truth. I release it when it will do the most good and the most damage to the works of darkness. Some of the ones you thought were for you were assigned to observe you. They were never there to celebrate. They were sent to collect. But I let them gather because now I'm about to scatter. You've been feeling pressure because the veil is thinning. What was hidden is getting heavy. Truth has weight, and when it's time for it to drop, nothing can hold it back. You feel it pressing against your chest, your mind, your spirit. That is not anxiety. That is divine readiness. You were built to carry the truth without flinching. You were crafted to walk through revelations without losing your stability. This pressure is your sign. It means the moment is upon you. I'm not just revealing who lied, I'm revealing why I allowed it. The betrayal was a mirror to show you what you had outgrown. The silence around you was confirmation of who never had spiritual ears. The rejection was protection. The delay was design. Every unspoken truth is about to find its voice. Every buried piece of evidence is about to rise to the surface. I am the God who brings light from shadow, and I never leave what's mine in the dark. Let's lock this in. Smash that like button. Subscribe to stay connected. Then comment 55. It represents covenant and fresh alignment. This season isn't just about revealing lies, it's about restoring you. I am not just uncovering the schemes, I'm reintroducing you without apology. You will not emerge the same way you went in. I am placing new language in your mouth, new confidence in your steps, and a new authority in your voice. They will ask, "Who is this?" And you will answer, "I am the one he sent for this hour." No more shrinking, no more explaining, no more waiting for permission. Your time has turned. I will use the very mouths that lied on you to announce your emergence. I will make the very systems that rejected you become the platforms for your arrival. This will not be about revenge. It will be about recognition. You were never fighting for visibility. You were being refined for clarity. I will make it so obvious who you are that silence will feel like agreement. Those who said nothing will be convicted. Those who mocked will be humbled. Those who stayed will be honored. Do not fear the exposure. It is your confirmation. When truth comes, it comes with fire. It purges. It separates. It aligns. Some will not be able to stand near you when it happens. That is not loss. It is refinement. The ones who remain will be the ones I assigned, and the next circle around you will carry reverence, not just familiarity. You will not walk in this next phase wondering if you are enough. I'm removing every trace of hesitation. You will speak, and it will land. You will move, and doors will open. You will rest, and I will war for you. This is what obedience looks like. Weighty, lonely, but holy. You didn't lose time, you gained alignment. You didn't lose people, you gained protection. Now, truth walks with you, so go forward. I've already cleared the way. They said you changed, and they were right. But they mistook growth for arrogance, healing for distance, and boundaries for rebellion. You stopped explaining yourself because I removed the need for validation. You no longer fit where you once compromised. You're not cold, you're cold. You're not defensive, you're discerning. You didn't drift. They departed spiritually long before they left physically. I separated you because elevation requires clarity. You've been carrying revelation that could not be shared prematurely. I trusted you to protect what others would have polluted. That's why I removed you from environments that refused to evolve. I took you out of conversations that lacked depth. I pulled you from the applause of the crowd and into the silence of consecration. What looked like isolation was really preparation. What felt like exile was a divine upgrade. You were never forsaken. You were being focused. You stopped responding because I silenced you on purpose. You knew what to say, but I told you to say nothing. Not every confrontation needs your words when your life is the proof. I shut your mouth so I could magnify your walk. They were waiting for a reaction. I gave them transformation, and when I raise you, no one will be able to say you manipulated your way there. Your fruit will speak for itself. They thought the delay disqualified you, but it qualified you even more. While they rushed to be seen, I hid you to be strengthened. While they pushed for platforms, I buried you for deep roots. And now what I'm building in you cannot be shaken. What I'm unlocking through you cannot be copied. They have no idea how much pressure you've endured without losing the fire I placed in you. That's why I call you chosen. This next season will not require striving. It will require surrender. You will not need to convince anyone. You will not need to explain the cost. I will speak through your results. I will defend you through undeniable evidence. You've already won battles in the spirit they haven't even recognized in the natural. You're not behind. You're ahead in a dimension they can't see. And now I'm about to make it visible. I did not give you access to see through people so you could judge them. I gave it to you so you wouldn't partner with what was never pure. You've been tempted to ignore what you see, but don't. That sharpness is protection. That instinct is divine. When I show you something, believe it. And if I remove someone, release them without rehearsing their value. Some departures are deliverance. Stop asking for clarity when you already have conviction. Stop delaying your obedience by demanding confirmation from people I didn't consult. You know what I said. You felt it shake you. You felt it cost you. You're not doubting me. You're doubting yourself. But I've decided you're ready, and that settles it. No more delay. The truth is not coming to crush you, it's coming to crown you. You survived the part they lied about. You endured the rumors they spread. You kept walking when your name was dragged. And now I'm dressing your wounds with glory. You will walk with power that confuses those who only remember your pain. You will carry peace that silences every accuser. I'm not just healing you, I'm showcasing you. There are some truths I reserved for this hour, because now your spirit is strong enough to handle them. I waited until your discernment matured, until your identity settled, until your ears tuned to my voice above every other. I am not just revealing who was against you, I'm revealing what was assigned to you. You were not rejected without cause. The warfare was proportionate to your calling. The attack was not proof of weakness, but evidence of weight. What came against you couldn't destroy you because I didn't authorize it to finish, only to refine. They saw the outer storm but didn't know the inner war. You were battling silence, confusion, loneliness, and questions while still showing up with grace. I saw every time you wanted to quit and didn't. I counted each moment you carried pain without resentment. That is why I am trusting you with this level of visibility. You didn't earn it through performance, you proved it through perseverance. When others bowed to bitterness, you bowed to me. That is what made you usable. There are platforms rising now that look appealing but are rooted in compromise. Do not envy exposure that's built on shortcuts. Do not desire influence that wasn't processed through truth. I'm not calling you to be trendy. I'm calling you to be timeless. Your assignment is not popularity, it's purity. What I'm doing in you will outlast trends. What I place on you cannot be duplicated. You were never meant to be relatable. You were meant to be set apart. There is power in your restraint. The times you didn't retaliate, the seasons you didn't gossip, the moments you could have cursed them but chose to intercede instead. That is why I am exalting you, because you kept the posture of the called, even when you felt crushed, because you chose to build character in private when no one was applauding. That's what I bless. That's what I multiply. That's what I defend. Before we go on, take a second, like the video, subscribe for more like this, and type 55 below. That's your sign of divine alignment. I am aligning your voice with divine timing. What you release now will not fall to the ground. It will strike. It will heal. It will expose. It will build. You were silenced so long that you almost forgot your sound. But I am returning your roar. I am restoring your confidence. I am increasing your resonance. Your words are no longer just encouragement. They are instruction. The days of waiting for validation are over. I've already stamped you. You don't need their approval when you have my anointing. You don't need their permission when I've already positioned you. The evidence is about to catch up with the prophecy. The results are about to match the revelation. What once sounded like a distant promise will now be your present reality. You will not chase. What's yours is being summoned. Do not let your heart harden in the process. Exposure isn't just about truth. It's about healing. When I reveal what they did, it's not for you to hate them. It's for you to be free. They were never in control. I was always behind the curtain. I saw it all, and I used it all. And now, I'm redeeming it all. You will not leave this season bitter. You will leave it better. I am not simply restoring what was lost. I am releasing what was always yours. The tables are turning, not just for your good, but for my glory. You are not stepping into a comeback. You are stepping into a divine unveiling. What you thought was over was only the rehearsal. Now comes the release. You are not who they thought. You are who I ordained, and nothing will stop what I've already decreed. There's a reason I allowed you to feel the weight before I gave you the platform. You had to know the burden of truth before you carried the voice of influence. If I had released you earlier, the affirmation would have become your idol. But I stripped away every dependency so that when you rise, it is clear. This is my doing. You are not the product of popularity. You are the result of pruning. What is emerging now is not fragile. It's forged. You are not merely surviving. You are ascending. This next unveiling is not for applause. It's for assignment. You won't be introduced by a person. You'll be introduced by power. I will cause your name to surface in conversations you never entered. I will cause your work to be recognized without you promoting it. What I've placed in you is magnetic to divine connections. You won't need to force your way in. I'm opening doors that were hidden. This moment is not about chasing opportunity. It's about walking into divine orchestration. The truth is, many didn't recognize your capacity because they were blinded by your humility. You didn't boast, but I noticed. You didn't compete, but I elevated. You didn't rush, but I advanced you. And now, I am making you undeniable. They dismissed you when they had the chance to embrace you. They ignored you when they had the chance to honor you. That season has closed. What's coming now is reserved. Your discernment will now become your defense. You won't need to defend your motives. I'll reveal the fruit. You won't need to explain your absence. I'll confirm your obedience. I am removing you from every table where compromise is the main course. You will no longer pretend not to see. You will no longer shrink to be accepted. You were not designed to entertain darkness. You were built to expose it. And the light I've placed in you is uncontainable. You didn't miss the mark. You outgrew it. The spaces that once fit now feel restrictive because I'm expanding you. The tension you feel is not confusion. It's transition. You don't belong where you used to settle. You don't speak like you once did. That's not arrogance. That's evolution. And anyone who refuses to acknowledge your growth will be repositioned, because I will not let small perspectives suffocate a rising anointing. You were the one they overlooked, the one they second-guessed, the one they laughed at quietly. But I've been preparing your emergence in silence. The best part? They won't be able to deny it because I've made you proof, not just of survival, but of transformation. And now, I'm placing you where only truth can sustain you. Every delay was intentional. Every no was divine. Every closed door was a redirection. I wasn't punishing you. I was perfecting your vision. What you thought was a setback was actually a set-apart moment. And now, as I bring truth to the surface, your steps will accelerate. You won't stumble into destiny, you will stride into it, because I've trained you not to be distracted. You are not rising to make a statement, you are rising to make a difference. You will carry glory, not just influence. You will reflect me, not culture. This is your assignment, to embody truth in a world drowning in deception. You will not dilute what I've spoken to make others comfortable. You will not water down what I've revealed to fit their expectations. I trust you to stand. I trust you to speak. I trust you to shine. And I will back every step you take from this moment forward. I did not give you revelation so you could be entertained. I gave it so you could be equipped. You were never meant to sit comfortably in confusion. I taught you to see through smiles, to feel atmospheres shift, to recognize spirits before words were spoken. That is not paranoia. It's discernment. I didn't give it so you could isolate. I gave it so you could navigate. You know who they are, not because they told you, but because I showed you. And now, I'm calling you to move accordingly. This season will require obedience, not opinion. I will ask you to walk away without closure. I will ask you to release what feels familiar but no longer carries purpose. I will prompt you to go where no one affirms you yet. That is not rejection. It is divine rerouting. I am leading you away from noise and toward clarity. You will not be understood by everyone, but you will be known by me, and that is your compass. You've been faithful with little, and now comes the increase. I tested your integrity when no one was watching. I watched how you handled platforms that weren't yours. I saw you honor those who secretly competed with you. I took note when you gave your best in rooms that treated you like you were disposable. That's why I'm shifting the weight now. You didn't perform, you remained pure. And purity is the seed of power. The spotlight you're stepping into isn't to display you, it's to reveal me. I will get the glory from your story. That's why I let it get messy. That's why I let them see you fall and rise again. That's why I exposed the cracks and then rebuilt you. Because when I lift you now, no one can say it was strategy. They will say it was sovereignty. They will say, surely the Lord is with them. I'm not sending you where it's safe. I'm sending you where it's sacred. I'm placing you in spaces where my truth has been silenced. You will not echo what's popular. You will declare what's holy. You're not there to impress. You're there to interrupt. to interrupt cycles, to confront compromise, to shake systems. And I will give you the words, I will give you the posture, I will give you the favor to stand and not bow. You will see clearly now, not just who they are, but who you are. You will remember what I said before the storm. You will reclaim what was stolen while you were distracted. You will rebuild with what remains, and what remains is more than enough, because I am with you, and what I bless cannot be buried. I'm aligning divine connections that carry your language. You will no longer have to translate your purpose into palatable pieces. I'm sending those who already hear me, who already know the cost, who walk in the same weight. You will not have to explain your fire to those who carry the same flame, and together you will burn through deception and build what lasts. You were not overlooked, you were hidden, you were not forgotten, you were formed. And now I'm bringing you out with clarity, authority, and power. The truth is your inheritance, the truth is your weapon, the truth is your testimony, and no lie can compete with the light I've placed in you. You will not bend, you will not break, you will not bow, because I have built you for this exact moment, and nothing can stop what I've started. They will ask how you made it through, and you will say, by his hand alone. You will not credit a system, you will not glorify a connection, you will point back to me, because I am the only reason you didn't break. I'm the reason you kept breathing through betrayal. I'm the reason your mind held together while everything around you fell apart. That is why I'm raising you now, because you didn't crown the counterfeit. You didn't trade your truth for acceptance. You didn't sell your oil to fit in. They don't know what it cost you to keep your spirit clean, to smile while bleeding, to serve while questioning, to trust while trembling. But I know, and I've counted every tear, I've measured every sacrifice, and I've stored every cry as seed. Now comes the harvest, not just for your obedience, but for your endurance. This is the season where your silence will be understood. They will realize you weren't ignoring them, you were obeying me. They will understand that your absence was not arrogance, but alignment. You didn't disappear, you were being developed. And what's emerging now will require a whole new level of discipline. Not everything deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves access. I'm not calling you to impress. I'm calling you to impact. You will no longer apologize for being different. I made you distinct on purpose. You weren't meant to blend in. You were born to break molds. You don't fit because you're the prototype. What you carry doesn't have a category. That's why the enemy tried to label you. But I'm removing every false identity, every limiting belief, every label they tried to attach. I'm calling you by the name I gave you, and that's the only one that will stand. Quick favor, tap like if you're feeling this word. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. Drop 55 in the comments. It's the number of covenant, new beginnings, and divine alignment. What they said wouldn't last is now becoming legacy. What they called failure is now the foundation. What they mocked is now the model. I will take what they disqualified and turn it into direction for others. You will be a blueprint. Not because you planned it, but because you survived it. I'm building something through you that hell itself couldn't stop, and it's starting now. This release will not be subtle. I'm not giving you a whisper. I'm giving you a wave. You will not ease into it. You will emerge with power. They will try to trace it back to something natural, but they won't be able to. Because this has no earthly explanation. It's divine, it's sovereign, it's strategic, and it's mine. Stop wondering if you heard me right. You did. Stop questioning if you're ready. You are. I don't call the comfortable. I comfort the called. And I'm covering every step you take. You won't walk alone. You won't war alone. I'm dispatching angels. I'm surrounding you with fire. And every attempt to sabotage you will backfire. You didn't come this far to collapse. You came to conquer. You weren't refined to play small. You were refined to reign. I didn't take you through the fire for you to sit in silence. I brought you out to testify, to blaze, to build, and to break cycles. This is not about being seen, it's about being sent. And I'm sending you now. You will no longer shrink to make others comfortable. That version of you is gone. The one who apologized for seeing too clearly. The one who dimmed their light so others wouldn't feel exposed. I buried that identity. I stripped away what was built on fear. What's emerging now is forged in fire and sealed by truth. No more pretending you don't know what you know. No more carrying the weight of other people's discomfort. You are free to walk in fullness. This next wave of revelation will clarify what confusion tried to cover. You will see who they were all along, but more importantly, you'll see who you were becoming the whole time. You weren't just surviving, you were being shaped. Every disappointment was chiseling. Every delay was carving out character. Every detour was divine. I don't waste anything. And now the pieces are falling into place, not by accident, but by assignment. I'm proving to you that it was all intentional. There will be moments where I ask you to go forward with no blueprint. That's because you are the blueprint. What I'm birthing through you hasn't been done before. You won't find instructions, you'll become instruction. You won't replicate, you'll originate. That's why the warfare has been so relentless. Hell fights what it fears, and it fears the authority I've placed on your life. Walk boldly, walk soberly, walk with fire. I am with you. You will no longer tolerate what you were sent to transform. You are not here to adjust to dysfunction. You are not here to explain compromise. You are not here to justify delay. You are here to shift atmospheres, to reroute outcomes, to awaken the dormant, to confront the counterfeit. This isn't hype, it's holy. This isn't about performance, it's about purity. And what's about to flow through you will not be controlled. Let's lock it in again. Like this if it's hitting your spirit. Subscribe to walk with us through what's coming, and drop 55 in the comments, your confirmation of divine covenant and realignment. I am severing ties with everything that silenced your roar. The cycles, the patterns, the pacts you made in fear, I'm breaking them now. You won't need to fight your way out. I've already declared your release. You won't need to prove your worth. I've already called you chosen. And this choosing isn't fragile, it's not up for negotiation. I authored it before time. I sealed it with fire, and I'm manifesting it now. The warfare didn't come because you were weak. It came because you were effective. The pressure wasn't proof of failure, it was proof of oil. You were anointed while bleeding, you were appointed while abandoned, and I'm redeeming every ounce of what you poured out. I'm restoring what drained you. I'm refreshing what wore you down, and I'm refueling you for the next phase. You are not empty, you are emerging. This revealing won't expose you, it will establish you. You were tested to be trusted, you were pressed to be powerful, you were hidden to be holy. And now that the veil is lifting, I'm bringing clarity like never before. The fog is breaking, the light is rising, the noise is fading, and your name is being called, not by man, but by me. You will walk in this next season, knowing exactly who you are and whose you are. You won't question your authority. You won't waver in your identity. You won't hesitate in your assignment. I have removed the guesswork. I have silenced the doubters. I have cleared the path, and I am walking you into truth, glory, and fulfillment. This is not your beginning, it is your unveiling. The wait is over. The time is now. I decide. You've waited, warred, wept, and wondered. But I was never absent. I was working behind the scenes while you were learning to trust in the silence. I was building while you were breaking. I was aligning while you were surrendering. And now that you've been refined, I am releasing what has been reserved. This is your moment. Not to prove them wrong, but to prove me faithful. You don't need applause, you carry authority. You don't need validation, you carry vision. You are not the same one who entered the fire. You've come out forged, not fragile. You've come out weighty, not weary. The flame didn't consume you, it confirmed you. That's why I allowed the furnace to reveal what was unshakable. What's left is pure. What's left is powerful. What's left is proof. And I am breathing on what remains. You will lead from wholeness, you will speak from overflow. You will pour without depletion. You will go without fear. Because I'm not just with you, I've gone before you. I've leveled what tried to rise against you. I've dismantled every whisper of sabotage, and I've planted you in the place where truth rules. You won't just declare freedom, you will embody it. You won't just expose darkness, you will displace it. The shift begins with you. Let's seal this word. Like the video if this was for you. Subscribe and stay connected to what's unfolding. Type 55 in the comments to seal the covenant and alignment. You were chosen before the beginning. You were refined in the fire. You were launched by revelation. And now you are established in truth. Walk boldly, chosen one. Speak fearlessly. Move intentionally. Everything that was hidden has now been revealed. Everything that was delayed has now been delivered. You are not stepping out timidly. You are emerging as my evidence. And what I have spoken, no lie can undo. It is done.